Hey there, welcome to the Life Pulse, where we come together to live our lives wiser and better. Today, we're diving deep into one of life's most mysterious and powerful forces, something that has mystified poets, scientists, and hopeless romantics for centuries: love. Yes, love. That magical, maddening, utterly confusing phenomenon that makes us do things like write bad poetry, cross oceans, or send "Hey babe" texts at 2 a.m. Today, we're going to explore why and how we fall in love, with a little help from psychologists, biologists, anthropologists, philosophers, and yes, even dating coaches. So buckle up! Love is more science than magic, though the magic part is fun too. Let's start upstairs, in the brain. When you fall for someone, your brain basically throws a wild party. Neurotransmitters go bananas, dopamine spikes, giving you that euphoric, can't-stop smiling feeling. It's the same chemical released when you eat chocolate or win the lottery, which explains why your new crush may seem even better than chocolate. Norepinephrine floods your system too. That's why your palms sweat, your heart races, and your knees feel suspiciously wobbly when you're near them. And let's not forget serotonin, which actually drops during early love. That's why lovers can seem a little obsessed. Like, oh, you breathed? That's adorable. Anthropologist Dr. Helen Fisher broke it down even further. She identified 3 basic stages of love. First, lust, driven by hormones like testosterone and estrogen. Basically, biology yelling, reproduce. Second stage is attraction, when dopamine and norepinephrine take over, making you hyper-focused on that one person. Like, oh my gosh, they like oat milk too, we're soulmates. And the third stage is attachment, longer-term bonding, fueled by oxytocin and vasopressin, which promote deep connection and even ATM password sharing. Love, it turns out, is chemical warfare, but in a good way. Well, mostly. Moving on to psychology, because your brain doesn't just throw chemicals at you for no reason. There's logic to love too. One major theory is Sternberg's triangular theory of love. According to psychologist Robert Sternberg, love has 3 sides: intimacy, which is emotional closeness; passion, which is physical and sexual attraction; and commitment, the conscious choice to stick together. Depending on the combo, you get different types of love: friendship, infatuation, true love, you name it. Meanwhile, attachment theory tells us that the way you bonded with your caregivers as a child can predict how you behave in romantic relationships as an adult. Securely attached people are chill. They trust, they love, they handle conflict. Anxiously attached folks may worry their partner doesn't love them back enough. Avoidantly attached folks love their independence a little too much. Understanding your attachment style can literally be a game changer in your love life. As therapist Amir Levine says, it's not you, it's your attachment system. Okay, so, is love at first sight a real thing? Well, kinda. From a biological standpoint, we're wired to be drawn to certain visual cues almost instantly, such as symmetry. Studies show that symmetrical faces are often perceived as more attractive. Evolutionarily, symmetry equals health, which equals good genes, which equals let's make babies. Pheromones. Although controversial, some scientists argue we subconsciously pick up on other people's scent signals, triggering attraction, indicators of health and fertility. Clear skin, bright eyes, and certain body ratios, like waist-to-hip ratio in women and shoulder-to-waist in men, are considered universally appealing because they hint at good reproductive health. So yeah, sometimes your brain makes the decision to swoon before you even get their name. Your mind says, nice to meet you, but your DNA's already composing wedding vows. Here's a not-so-romantic truth. You're statistically more likely to fall for someone who's nearby. This is called the proximity effect. Basically, the more you see someone, the more likely you are to like them. That's why so many people fall in love at work, school, or even the gym. Nothing says romance like shared suffering on a treadmill. Similarity also plays a big role. As much as opposites can attract, studies show we usually prefer people who are like us, who share our values, hobbies, sense of humor, and even similar attachment styles. And timing? Oh, timing is huge. You could meet your soulmate at the wrong time and just not click. Psychologist John Gottman famously said, "Timing is often more important than compatibility. Love, it seems, is not just about who you meet, but when you meet them." Now, for a little philosophical seasoning. The ancient Greek philosopher Plato had a wild idea. He believed humans were originally created with 4 arms, 4 legs, and a single head with 2 faces. The gods, fearing our power, split us in 2. And ever since, we've been roaming the earth searching for our other half. A little dramatic, sure, but admit it, it's kinda romantic. Fast forward to Aristotle, who was a bit more practical. He believed love was about shared virtues and friendship, a slow burn, not fireworks. More recently, philosophers like Erich Fromm argued that love isn't something you fall into, it's something you do. An act of will, practice, and dedication. Love isn't just a feeling, he said, it's a craft. These days, if you search how to find love online, you'll get 10 million tips from coaches, gurus, and dating experts before you can say, swipe left. Let's name some common pieces of advice these couches usually talk about, and that actually might have psychological backing. Vulnerability is attractive. Opening up about your feelings and dreams can make people feel closer to you. Shared experiences matter. Doing novel, exciting things together also can help build stronger bonds. It's called the misattribution of arousal. Listening beats impressing. Active listening, really tuning in, not just nodding while thinking about tacos, creates stronger connections than bragging about your resume. Experts like Matthew Hussey and Brené Brown stress that authentic connection, self-confidence, and emotional availability are much bigger turn-ons than any pickup line could ever be. Now, not to be a downer, but we should talk about love's less sparkly side too. The same dopamine rush that makes falling in love feel like a carnival ride. It can also make heartbreak feel like, well, getting tossed off a roller coaster without a seatbelt. Studies show that brain scans of heartbroken people look shockingly similar to those of people withdrawing from cocaine. Yeah, love is a drug, and the crash can be brutal. This explains the obsessive texting, the stalking their Instagram at 3 a.m., and the sudden urge to listen to Adele on repeat. But here's the good news. Just like with any addiction, you heal. Time, support, self-love, and sometimes therapy help the brain recalibrate. Heartbreak feels like the end, but it's really just your brain, stubbornly trying to adjust its chemical cocktail. So after all this talk of brain chemicals, psychological theories, proximity effects, heartbreaks, and awkward first dates, why do we keep falling in love? Because despite the risks, the occasional devastation, and the mind-numbing confusion, love remains one of the most profound, meaningful, and transformative experiences of being human. Love pushes us to grow. It teaches us vulnerability, patience, resilience, and hope. It gives us stories, songs, adventures, and memories we wouldn't trade for anything. And let's be honest, nothing feels quite as magical as finding someone whose weird matches your weird. So next time you get butterflies in your stomach, or find yourself doodling someone's initials like a teenager, know this. You're not just being silly. You're participating in one of the most beautifully complicated biological, psychological, and emotional dances known to humankind. A dance as old as time. A dance that makes life a little messier, but so much richer. And hey, whether you're currently madly in love, heartbreakingly single, or somewhere confusingly in between, your brain, your heart, and your inner philosopher are all doing their best. Keep on believing and love on, friends. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the Life Pulse. Your support helps us grow and keeps us creating thoughtful, meaningful content. And it truly means the world to us. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep living wiser and better.